Disciplinary complaint or in the alternative, hearing on a proposed adjudication agreement for the second Dillon Danis.
Good morning, Chairman. Mike Demmer from the Attorney General's office. On behalf of the Executive Director, Bob Bennett, I believe Defense Counsel is present for Mr. Danis. But if the Commission would like, I can go into the proposed negotiations.
Well, I would, let's see here. Good morning, Mr. Mersch, how are you?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, Executive Director Bennett, Michael Mersch for Mr. Danis. Thanks for letting me be here today.
Thank you for being here. If okay with you, should I let Attorney General Detmer read the proposed adjudication agreement? I'm assuming
Yes, sir, that'd be fine with us.
that you're okay with it since your client's signature is on the document.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Please proceed.
On October 6, 2018, the respondent, Dillon Danis, participated in UFC 229 as a second to Conor McGregor in his contest against Khabib Nurmagomedov. Following the contest, Nurmagomedov moved towards McGregor's corner while pointing at and exchanging words with individuals located there, with Mr. Danis being amongst them. At or about this time, the respondent, through hand gestures, challenged Nurmagomedov to come to him, to leave the octagon. And by hand gestures, what I'm referring to is with his hand and fingers waved towards him as if to say, come to him. Subsequently, Mr. Nurmagomedov jumped over the octagon fence and into the gallery where they engaged in a physical confrontation, and then they were separated by event security. However, after they were separated, the respondent, in one or more instances had to be physically restrained from participating in the ensuing melee. And this is at a time when event security was actively trying to control the situation and extinguish it. Additionally, the respondent, and again this is after he had been separated from the melee, made obscene gestures towards a member or members of Mr. Nurmagomedov's team and or the public, to it extending his middle finger towards him or them. Again, this is at a time when event security was actively trying to create or maintain peace within the arena. On January 7th and then on February 1st, the Executive Director filed a disciplinary complaint and then an amended disciplinary complaint, respectively, as these actions constitute foul and unsportsmanlike conduct. The proposed adjudication agreement, which is before the Commission today, is for proposed resolution of that complaint. Under the terms of the agreement, there would be a 7-month suspension, which would expire on May 6, 2019. And he would also pay a fine in the amount of $7,500, and he would remain suspended until that fine is paid in full, or that there's a payment plan that's been approved by the Director. Again, these are a generalized statement of the terms and the facts. The specifics are provided more fully within the document itself, but I'm happy to answer any questions the Commission may have in these regards.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Deputy Attorney General Detmer?
Deputy Attorney General, do we have any precedent for this type of action?
The event itself is fairly unique. I mean, you can find things which are tangentially related to it, but as a whole, it's fairly unique. And the endeavor is to find a combination of suspension time, fines that addresses creates a fair and just resolution of the facts and circumstances as presented.
Okay, thank you.
Deputy Attorney General, I think that following the wise words of our chairman from last month's meeting, I think it's maybe just important to recognize that this disciplinary action and agreement, proposed agreement, is focused on just the actions of that night that are outlined in the complaint and proposed agreement, and not any activity leading up to the event that the proposed agreement is focused on a very short period of time, but and actions that relate to it. So I think that was helpful last month when you took us and everybody through that this, what we have jurisdiction over and what we are providing a proposed agreement on is just those actions.
And that is 100%, Mike Detmer for the record, and that is 100% correct.
And then I just have one other question or statement that I I think I know the answer to, but for the record, Mr. Danis is both a fighter or combatant and a corner, so this temporary extension in fine relates to any license application for the state of Nevada.
For Nevada, that's correct, Commissioner, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that the actions here, the way I'm, well, when reading and watching everything that happened, it really wasn't the action of, hey, come on. That happens all the time in this sport. It happens at every UFC press conference. It happens at every weigh-in. That stuff happens. Those verbal, hey, or not, verbal. We're gonna get it on here. It's really more of the post response. And the item number 8 and the factual allegations. I think that kind of lays out here where the respondent could have acted differently and not found themselves in this position. So. Okay, Commissioner Hahn, do you have any questions on the phone?
No, I don't, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right, well, Mr. Dever, do you have anything you'd like to add, or?
I do not.
Mr. Mersch, my fault.
No, Mr. Chairman, as Mr. Danis has indicated by signing this agreement, he's amenable to the terms and conditions set forth therein. And again, I just want to thank Deputy Attorney General Detmer, represents the Commission in a very professional manner, and I wanted to thank him for that.
Great, thank you. Okay, well, I would look for a motion to approve the proposed adjudication agreement on item number 7 for second Dillon Danis.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great, motion passes unanimously.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Item number 8 was removed, so we'll move on to item number 9.